let's see, how many did we launch today? We launched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We launched 12 courses today. We've still got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 courses more to go.
You launched courses?
Yeah. Training courses.
Okay. Just like
we launched
like
12 today, got 12 more to launch tomorrow. And then we've still got onboardings to complete, and so from our Black Friday sale.
How'd your Black Fridays go?
It went good. Went real good. So nice. We were doing, $97 a month, billed yearly.
Mm-hmm.
Plus you still got the 2 months free, so
yeah,
came out to like $80 a month.
Not shabby.
No.
Very, very cool. Very cool.
No. So
awesome. Yeah, I didn't we sent out some emails for like HighLevel affiliate type stuff. Got a couple signups. It wasn't too busy. Everybody's out there pimping everything. So,
Yeah.
But
I don't get into the affiliate game. So
when we put out like what we're gonna do for like our final affiliate type stuff, we're actually gonna have, here's how to actually do prospecting, actually how to get clients, as opposed to, here's just a bunch of HighLevel junk.
Yeah.
Like everybody else does, they just like, hey, here's a whole bunch of snapshots that you don't have any idea what to do with. So yeah, that sort of thing. So
yep.
And I think if we can do that, if we can show people like actually how to do a little prospecting, and not, like send a million cold emails a day and stuff like that, but here's how to actually here's kind of what a cold call would sound like, and here's what an actual personalized email would sound like, and here's what Facebook ads look like. Stuff like, real work stuff. Not the magic bullet, not a magic bullet, just work. So
nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. No, it's been busy. I mean, it's just been nonstop. I had a call with a company called Healthy today. They're kind of like the HighLevel to medical.
Okay.
So we're trying to get an integration worked out with them doing all the work.
Well, that would be nice.
True Charles Higgins style.
Yeah, the lazy way. The way of the Higgins.
The smart way.
Well, I didn't say it wasn't smart. I just said
it was like, well, why would we listen for you to send us data? I'm like, why would I listen for you to send me data? Well, okay. Throw that argument out the window. Now let's get down to business.
Nice. Very nice.
So, because they don't integrate with Zapier or Pabbly or API Nation.
They
none
don't?
of it. They don't. They integrate directly with HubSpot and Salesforce and some of the other big platforms out there.
So they have no API endpoints.
They do have an API, but I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and pay a developer to develop an integration for one freaking client.
Yeah, no, you do it.
I'm not going to do it. And I was like, I can do webhooks, I can post, I can do whatever. Like, well, you can post to us. I'm like, I understand that, but I don't need to.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they can post to me. I can't post to them. I was like, well, you can either talk to you guys about integrating with one of the stores, or you can give me a URL to post to. Because when a sale goes down in Pinnacle, I need to create a new client in your system. After that, I don't give a crap what happens. I just need the client record to go in.
Yeah, you just chuck the data over the wall, and where it goes, nobody knows.
That's it. The rest of it's medical stuff. I don't have anything to do with it.
Yeah, no kidding.
I just want to say, here's their name, phone number, and email.
Works well enough. Yeah, I got a guy that's going to be actually finally got the potential partner. Finally has 3 clients. I just caught up with him after Thanksgiving. I was like, all right, man, it's kind of gonna shut or get off the pot, man. So he's like, yeah, I know. I gotta bring these clients over. I got 3 of them. I got a guy that does like men's surgeries. He does like vasectomies and various things down there with the plumbing. He's like, so we can't advertise on Facebook, but we can do it, on Google, YouTube. And then he's got a chiro, and then he's got a real estate investor. I'm like, man, you picked kind of the weird niches, didn't you?
Well, and I'm fixing to break out some more pre-builds. So I've got a list of some new pre-builds that we're going to do besides the small business and the entrepreneur and the real estate. So we're going to open it up.
Well, I mean, I was asking him about the chiro, and he said, well, she's all integrated with Jane app. I'm like, okay, so Jane app is the medical app or medical CRM. It does billing and charting and CRMs and calendars and the whole thing. I was like, well, maybe you need to find out how much she uses it before we start diving in. And then the real estate person, they do some investing or something, and so they were wanting to figure out like
some of that medical stuff you can't replicate in HighLevel.
No,
like the one that healthy was like, can you, the client that's on healthy, they're like, can you do this? I'm like, nope. I said, I ain't even gonna try. It was like diet plans, like, oh, it gives them like their meal list and everything. Nope. That is not
that's a whole lot of crazy.
That's a whole nother ball game. Like, I'm not even remotely
you would
getting
have
close
to develop
to that.
a GHL app for that, and I just, what, I'm trying to
well, and that's the thing. It's all backed up by a mobile app and everything else, and I'm like, no. Could I do it in a course? Sure, I could come up with something in a course, but it's not going to be the same. Not even close.
Yep.
So yeah, but I'll put in the chat the list of potential builds.
What
this guy, Steven.
You missed all the good stuff.
We made each other look bad. We made each other look bad on what was it, day before Thanksgiving?
What did we do?
Or Thanksgiving. No, it was Thanksgiving. He made me look bad because he was actually getting ready for Thanksgiving by being on the treadmill, and then I made him look bad because I was on town hall meetings.
Oh my God.
We made each other look bad in different ways.
On Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was on 2 town hall calls that day.
Oh my God. Why?
So,
why not?
I mean, I don't know.
I know what's coming and you don't.
Well, that's why we had this. That's why we had these.
Hey, Jay. Jay.
Hey, how's it going? What's up,
Good. I'm glad you're on the call tonight because
oh yeah, we were talking about you.
We were talking about you. And,
oh no.
Yeah, all good.
So it's all good. And Pat said you were the guy to ask this question to you. So far as 3-pack, local 3-pack, how important is website content in getting it ranked? Let's say
it's really important.
Okay.
It's still important, yeah.
Then tell me why a deep site, what content is important. Is it because from an authoritative point of view?
Yeah, it's partly that, because Google can only surmise what the brand is all about by its website. Now the Google now gives every GMB a website, and that's one of the nice little tricks is you can kind of use it like your blog. So because it's basically serving that same function, communicating to Google what entities, what topics, what broad distinctions you trace out for yourself in your niche, in your area. So it's a way to communicate. That's why content still works, knock on wood, because Google has this picture in its mind of what a legitimate, say, plumbing company looks like. What kind of content would they be putting out? What do the best ones do? And so even though it's changed drastically in the last 5 years from the old, links or
it's really not about links. It's not links.
It still is, but it's kind of like what the link does is now changed. Like, because now Google can read can define a link by what the entire content around the link. It does so much more than it used to, you know.
Okay.
But there's also this part about, you know, the semantic web where, you know, Google, it's a relational database. And so it's strings and things is the best explanation I saw. So you use your website to, like, if you put out a blog post, make it about something really narrowly focused that all the best people in your niche put out, you know. That's why a lot of the AI is working great, because it's what you're doing. You're scraping and seeing. When I ask for a blog title, I go, give me 100 of the best blog titles, you know, a plumbing blogger would post on, and it goes on and gives me the top 100. Well, there you go. You know, so but it's complex. That's one reason why SEO is a pain in the ass now, is because, you know, the website stuff is still really necessary, and it's what makes it an expensive endeavor to do SEO, because you're going to be in that website a lot. You know, you really are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You answered my question.
Yeah. Yeah. And gratefully AI is around to help us do it all too, because everybody's productivity is jumping up in the SEO world like crazy, you know.
Yeah. Okay. So I got that question answered. Did you see that in the WYSIWYG inside of workflows has a licensing alert coming up for Tiny WYSIWYG?
A what? A licensing?
Yeah, it's licensing error coming up for. So again, they use Tiny for the WYSIWYG inside of the workflow builder.
Oh, okay.
When you go to edit an email, big alarm. So
Great. Well, I did notice that. Yeah, I was making some edits in the web builder today, and ended up getting like a 400 error, which was kind of weird. So yeah, not sure what that was about.
what is 400 again?
400 is like not authorized. So something happened.
Probably all the licensing. I'm sure they'll get it. I'm sure they know about it, and they'll get their licensing. I can't imagine they're using a non-commercial license, enterprise license for Tiny.
Yeah, probably.
I can't imagine that they're not.
Yep.
Is it just an expired credit card?
Yeah, somebody's credit card failed. What the hell? Yeah, they got one credit card.
Someone's collecting all the points, like somebody I know.
Hey, I love points. Points. I dig points.
Did I see that you had snow?
Yeah.
Is it still on the ground, or is it gone?
It's melting, so it's going away. So, yep.
All right. So, what's good to talk about?
I don't know. Charles was gloating about something with like he knows what's coming, and
Well, then spill the beans, brother. Spill the beans.
Oh, what the hell? That's not. Yeah, that's right. Those are the 9 additional things I'm thinking about offering. I may switch it up though. I'm going to do 9 more. I'm going to roll out 9 more.
9 more what?
Financial advisor.
Business types.
Oh, you're filing niching?
No. Hell no.
Then what is
so
this?
you're going to go to my checkout page and you're going to see the 297 and it's going to say pick your business type. And you pick your business type and then you check out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Financial
so right now I have 3 options. I have entrepreneur, small business, real estate agent. So then it'll be mortgage agent, life insurance.
Okay.
ERC, because I keep getting asked about a freaking ERC snapshot. So
what is an ERC?
The ERC
employee retention credit.
Oh, got it. Financial advisors. I really like that niche. The problem with that niche is that unless they're independent, they got to use closed end systems.
Oh yeah, I know.
It's just,
I already have a bunch of them.
oh, really?
Mhm.
Independents?
Mhm.
I
Yep.
like that market because I
They're
used
the
to do
easiest
it.
ones for me to get.
Oh, yeah. But
But
what
they're
are you
all on
dealing?
my small business, which isn't really, I mean, they can use the small business for it, but they would be beneficial if there was like a landing page or at least a funnel already pre-built for them. So, and that's what these are all going to be. These are all going to be super lightweight.
Okay, so you basically give them the small business snapshot with some
It won't even, it'll be more like the entrepreneur snapshot with a funnel.
with a funnel. Okay.
Yeah, really basic. Just get them up and running. So I was
Okay.
telling Pat before we came in, launched 12 new courses today. We're launching 12 more tomorrow. And then we've got more scheduled to come out, training courses for the platform.
Okay.
And
You get 12 courses. Can you give me some insight into this?
yeah, calendars.
Yeah, calendars is a pretty big now that everything you can do with a calendar. Because Pat and I asked him last night, like, how come I can't? Where's the service menu? Or like, oh, you got to go turn it on inside of settings inside of calendars. So yeah,
Yeah,
there's some
so
education. I actually like the service one. It's actually streamlined.
So these are the ones that we launched today. Automation workflows, blogs, calendars, client portal, content AI, Facebook leads.
Are you doing these, or are you white labeling some other content?
Steven,
You're white
I'm
labeling
ashamed.
content.
I'm
You're white
ashamed.
labeling. You're white labeling content. You white label everything.
No shit. I'm not going to do the work.
Yeah. Do you right? Charles doesn't do any work.
So
Okay,
we got websites, e-commerce, websites, opportunities.
So where can we purchase these white label courses?
You know what? Hit me up.
Okay.
I might sell them to you. Okay. Once I get them all done.
Okay.
I may even make it to where it doesn't have my logo on it. Make it easy for you, so you won't even have to do covers. But yeah, so these are the courses. Of course, we put them into memberships, and then we added them into here.
Yeah, into the portal.
Yeah. So
all right. So they gave us the email that goes out now goes out on our own dedicated domains on our agency. And they put a magic link. Does the magic link get emailed, or is that something that you have to personally deliver? Because Sean's video on that wasn't too clear.
Okay, so it's something you have to manually generate.
Okay, so basically, it's a one-click login that you manually generate that you can then
for each person,
each person.
Yes.
To log into. And so if someone says, hey, if you need that, great. Well, because if they can't figure out the whole, it's not really.
Well, they did fix a lot of bugs and problems with that. There was a bunch of bug fixes to that.
Okay.
Because like people were creating 2 profiles with the same freaking email, and it was a total catastrophe in many ways. But they did make a bunch of bug adjustments to portal and community.
Okay. So this is really all training stuff on how to. Okay.
This is all training.
How deep is each course typically?
Or
is each thing like workflows, automations? Yeah.
This one's 9 minutes.
And okay, so you do a deep dive into each of these.
So this is going into workflows. Of course, it's talking.
Right.
But yeah, it's pretty good. Good. Automation, workflows, walkthrough. This whole course is on automations, but then like the social planner one we did, it's got troubleshooting as well.
So you figure 24, you figure you need a total of 24 courses
Going to have 24 courses so
solely
far.
around the system.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it's
Yep.
more it's training.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all training on how to use the system.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. HIPAA. It looks like with the new update that got pushed out,
Mm-hmm.
we as an agency have to be HIPAA compliant. Need a assigned BAA, I guess. So the idea of turning it into a resell to our clients, it doesn't look like that's going to be something we can do. Is that your take?
Not as of right now. When I spoke to them last, they said they didn't receive enough feedback to build it.
Okay.
So they're automating what's there. Basically, nothing's changed. They've just automated the process. Instead of it being a manual process, which is what it was before, you had to wait on them to send you the paperwork, and it was a big yada, yada, yada for every sub-account that you signed up. Because each sub-account has to get a copy of it. Because if the state ever walks in on them, they have to provide documentation that they're HIPAA compliant.
Which, because my thinking is, if we can get, because I deal with cash-based services, right, in the med space, and so there's no insurance. If we could get the not the documents, but yeah, not the document library, but the media library to have encrypted images, like let's say someone sends you the MRI, you would want to be able to have that MRI up on.
You're still getting into a sticky situation.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's insurance. Insurance has nothing to do with it.
Oh, I understand that, because that couldn't hinder insurance billing. Yeah. But let's say you're a chiropractor, you're a med spa, and someone sends you some x-rays. Well, those x-rays should be secured with an encrypted link, that it's not an open link right now, because that link is completely open.
Yep.
Right? You put it in a browser, the image is going to come up in the browser. Even though it's some long ass, crazy number, it needs to be tied. I think what they need to do is tie it to a domain, right? That's in the in that agency. Then if the image is shown within the that domain, then I think it should be able to display. So it's only visible to that. Because I got some clients I would like to replace their EMRs, where if we had that functionality, I think we could do it. What's your take on texting?
What about it?
Well, technically, let's say you set up a workflow to qualify a chiropractor client, like back pain, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. All that communication via text does LC need to be also HIPAA compliant?
All you have to do is get the HIPAA compliant through HighLevel. That's it. It's the only thing you have to worry about. They take care of everything else. The agreement is with HighLevel. Your sub account signs an agreement with HighLevel, not you. That contract is between HighLevel and the sub account.
Okay.
It's the only way they can offer it. Because ultimately it's their servers. HighLevel is the one that's responsible ultimately.
But if we're doing things like uploading images, right? That's not part of HIPAA compliance currently.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I need to get some
It's not my problem. It's HighLevel's problem. It's their freaking contract. If they don't cover their own ass, that's their problem. My client can sue the living shit out of them. They get more money than I do anyways.
Okay.
I mean, I don't sweat the details.
I know.
When that contract said HighLevel on it, that's all I needed to see. That means they're signing an agreement with HighLevel, not with Pinnacle. Government can walk in their front door. I could care less.
Okay.
As long as I've done my part, which is here's the agreement, and both parties have agreed to it.
Motorcycle repair shop. How'd you come up with that niche?
I have had well, go watch Pat's video on how to sell IVR for $297 a month.
Yeah, it's a great tutorial.
So, but I had another motorcycle shop call me today.
Crazy.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a niche. That's a super sub niche. That's actually a good one.
Tennessee. What can I say?
RV storage.
Bunch of Harley riding wannabe hard asses.
Okay.
It's either you're riding a motorcycle or you're in a mud bog truck. One of the two.
Hell yeah.
You're either a redneck or you're a motorcycle.
Mortgages. Interesting. Now, are you going after independent loan officers with that, or same thing with your insurance?
Yeah, most of mine, like I've had really good luck with independents on that stuff.
Yeah, that's where
I don't go after the freaking agencies. Hell with that. They're too much of a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. That's all independent stuff that's coming in.
Yeah,
I would say go after video production,
independent. Mm-hmm.
Tax preparation.
I've already got a ready built audience for the video production one, because where I work with podcasters and other creative people that are already on the system, that'll be an easy sell. The RV storage facility, I just kind of threw that one out there. We've got a bunch of them in the area.
I think RV storage and
RV boat storage,
self-storage in general, period. I think those are all great niches to handle their marketing.
Well, they don't have a lot of money. They don't want to spend a lot of money. They just want to get units filled. They probably aren't churning them that crazy. I mean, RV and boat, they're not churning units like crazy. I mean, usually the people that are renting those
hold them
closed in places, they're keeping them for a while. They got money. You know, it's a luxury. It's a luxury. It's not a must have. So, but we have a lot of RV and sailboat storage.
Sailboats? You're in Tennessee?
Yeah, because people sail the lakes. They sail the Tennessee River, Chattanooga, Mississippi River.
Okay.
Yeah. We've got 3 or 4 huge lakes right here in Middle Tennessee, and then we've got 2 big rivers that run through Tennessee that people sail in.
Okay.
So, yeah. We've got 5 or 6 yacht clubs between Middle and Eastern Tennessee.
I would never
good sized yacht clubs, like several hundred members.
Yes. So what's the yachting situation in Kansas, Pat?
We got a lot of we got lakes. We got lots of lakes, not yachts, but we got a lot of lakes.
A yacht just means that it's over 25 feet.
Yeah.
So if your boat's 25.5, then, which if you have a cruiser, it's probably like, if you have an old Hunter cruiser or something, it's going to be at least probably 25.5.
Okay. I actually just took advantage of the Ultimate to Pro Black Friday deal, which I thought was pretty cool for me. So if you launch someone and say in a 197 plan, did he jump? Oh, Joe's coming in. So if you launch somebody, say in a 197 plan, and they want to upgrade, how do you do that? It does because we can do upgrades for ourselves pretty easily from, say, Ultimate to Pro.
Oh, you're talking about their upgrade path?
The upgrade path for us. How does it do the accounting? Do you have to cancel, say, the
No.
lower plan? What does
No,
it
you
do?
set it up in your SaaS configurator. When you set up, so now you have the 20. So now you have, you set your category and then you put in your prices to those category. That is your upgrade path. So you can have it from 97 to 197, 297, 397, 497, whatever. And then you just have to check a box that allows them to upgrade.
Okay.
If you do that, when they go into their billing section, they'll be able to see the upgrade button. And then they'll see all the tiers above them and they can pick which one they want to upgrade to. And then it will
does the math?
Swap their cancel. Yeah, it does everything for you. Yeah. You don't have to do anything.
Oh, cool. Great. Perfect. Love that. Yex. Pat and I were looking at this yesterday. If you check the X box, it's basically you're going to pay for the X.
Correct. Do not do that.
Okay. Well, depends. Depends if you want to put it. Depends if you want to structure it.
I wouldn't until they make it to where the client can actually go in and do the changes. Right now they're getting there. So they did release a front-facing UI now, because originally, whenever you had Yext, you had to go into the Yext portal to do anything.
Oh.
Now, so you would go to the Reputation Manager dashboard, go to listings, and then click the link, and it open up the Yext login and blah, blah, blah. Well, now you can make some adjustments right there in listings.
Got it.
But only agency admins and users can. The account cannot.
All right.
That's the next step. The problem is that they're having to build a front-facing UI for everything that Yext is taking years to build. But that is their game plan, to make it to where you can sell the Yext and the client can actually go in there and upload all that crap. Yep, they just have to simplify it even more than what Yext already has, because, well, we know how a lot of our agency users are, let alone end users.
Oh, it's mind blowing. The people who have the people who are out there are competing against us.
Yeah, so that is coming. So I mean, personally, I wouldn't just include it until that's done.
Oh,
resell it, sure, but at least that gives you an opportunity to have a conversation with them, because you will be doing all the work.
Got it.
That's the only downside to that, as it stands.
Hey, Charles, do you know if the Yext they offer is going to be a power listing version, or is it still the kind of the run-of-the-mill, what you can get off the street version? Do you know that?
What do you mean by
Man,
power
you don't want to be
listing?
messing with Street Yext. That'll mess you up, dude.
Street Yext. Yext offers another version. It's called Power Listing. And the reason why it's an SEO version, because you get one link on there, and that link is a do follow link, which means you can do some cool linking stuff to it. But
Yext's directory?
Well, all the citations that Yext provides to you, super pages, easylocal.com, all those, Merchant Circle. That version you get through there, you get a do follow link. Their version does. I think it's called a featured something, featured listing, something like that. But that's the little kind of thing that it's really the real reason to me why you would want Yext.
I'm missing you, because how can they publish a listing on, let's say, super pages, put your website, and mark it as a no follow?
Well, no, it's because of what Yext does, it will go out and create those citations, but they've got agreements with these services where they can, with the power listing, you get a different version of the citation page that has the do follow link. It's a little insert, actually. It's a little field inside power listings that only pops up when you get the power listing version. And it's a little field. You type in your link, you type in your anchor text, and then when you go to it, that version of the super pages, Easy Local, Merchant Circle, whatever, will have that link right there will be a do follow link.
So if I understand what you just said, if you use Yext to build citations and you put a website address in there with a link, it's a do not follow link.
Yeah.
Why would I ever spend any money?
No, I mean, there's still
I don't think that's the case.
no follow
I mean, I'm
links.
sitting here looking at my super pages listing powered by Yext, and I mean, inspecting the element, there's nothing in here that is no follow.
Well,
I don't even know that that's actually possible to do a no follow on a citation listing unless you actually hard coded it into the URL.
Yeah, would you have to have you could put
you could put a no follow
in the
parameter
URL
on it, but
yeah.
none of theirs have no follow parameters on it.
Hmm.
They would go out of business. People would be pissed off as hell.
Well, no, that's not necessarily true. I mean, there is still value in no follow links, obviously, and still, the citation, right? Even just the printed address, phone number, and everything has an NAP value to it. It's the original reason why citations were created, for that specific value. All right, well, let me check that, because I see on my power listings for my client, I mean, they're all do follow. I use a extension to check out whether a link is do follow. It'll show up on the page. It'll tell me.
So when I came in, you were spilling some beans on some new stuff that's coming.
Who,
Charles? Me? Yeah, that's what
Oh.
Pat said. That you were in the know
because you were on the Thanksgiving Day, whatever the
town hall.
Gotta be, man. Gotta be.
Hey Joe, you can come on, show us your face, buddy. There you go.
And he's gone.
He's being a creeper.
He's
voyeur.
He's a shy little possum.
He's a voyeur.
I am shy.
Since when?
Yeah. I don't even know you, but I know you.
I wonder why.
You're
Been around.
So what's happening, Joe? You've been on.
No, I keep trying to join every time. Things come up. I forget.
Well, I mean,
I try to be a regular.
There's a lot going on, so yeah.
Well, put it on your calendar.
Hey, have you guys heard of anything about the voice AI? Is HighLevel coming out with that soon? I know. I think Joshua has something similar, or
I haven't heard. I haven't seen anything that's as responsive as it probably should be. I mean, it does take time to process the voice coming back and all that, and I don't know. I haven't, like, people talk about Air AI, but it's pretty stiff sounding so far.
Yeah, the only thing we saw is the demo that Chase did. I think it's gonna be cool, but I think
what happens. I'm one of the platform I talked to with a developer. They have to take the voice and transcribe that, and then it processes and then sends it back.
Yeah.
So that
so it's going to go voice to text and then create the response.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna.
So that's why the delay.
Yeah, you're gonna need a supercomputer like Elon Musk's dojo.
It's gonna take a lot of zaps.
He's gonna take a lot of processing power to do that one.
Take a lot of juice.
So, spill the beans, Charles.
All right. So, calendars.
Yep.
Pre and post buffer times are coming December. So we will have pre-buffer.
So you can put a buffer on the front end?
Correct. So pre and post buffer. Right now you just have one buffer time. You're going to have pre and post. So you can differentiate.
So the buffer would be like 5 minutes before and after, where a pre-buffer you can do like 10 minutes before and 5 minutes after.
Whatever you want to do. Yep.
Something like that. So okay.
You can set either side of it, whatever you want. And they are looking into integrating. One thing that came up from that conversation was we got into talking about travel time. They're looking into it. They didn't promise anything, but they are like, we can definitely see the use case of you need a pre-buffer 15 minutes, but that 15 minutes, your appointment may be at 2, but you actually need to leave at 1. So you need the 15-minute buffer before the 1 o'clock, not the 2 o'clock. So they're going to look into it and see if there's something that they can do with that. That went into a pretty long discussion. I think we talked for like 20 minutes on that one topic with that whole travel scenario. And then what else? Where's my other notes?
They fixed the round robin. That thing's a pain in the ass for when you have multiple sales teams. Have you heard about that one?
How's it a pain in the ass?
Yeah. So if you have a contact that's already assigned to a user, and they're going to a round robin calendar, that round robin calendar is still going to maintain that contact to the same user, but it will round robin everybody in the calendar. So in other words, if you have a sales guy that's assigned to a contact, you have a round robin in a calendar with other sales guys. It will book an appointment randomly with anybody and not just with the guy that's already assigned to the contact.
You have a calendar set up wrong, because that is not how it works.
Nope. Yeah, I swear to God. I went through it with them. I went through it with the developers.
Went through it with who?
The developers.
Okay, well, they told you wrong, because that is not how it works. I have several sales teams that are using it, and that's not how it works.
That's how it works. Promise.
I've never ran into that situation, ever.
Yep, that's how it works.
Because it's actually an option in the calendar that you can check on or off. Secondly, in their profile, you should be setting that team calendar to their calendar as a default calendar for that individual user. So if you have a sales team calendar, okay, it's a round robin calendar. And let's say the 5 of us are those salespeople that are on that round robin calendar.
Yep.
You would go into each one of our staff profiles and you would assign that round robin calendar to our profiles.
Correct.
That's number 1. Number 2 is you uncheck the box in the calendar that says there is a checkbox that literally solves for the problem that you're talking about. It's one checkbox. I'll show you.
No, you can't.
Pull it up. Pull it up. Pull it up. Pull it up.
Okay.
Pull it up.
I'm telling you. I have sales teams that do this all day long. Never had an issue, ever.
Well, I want to see it because I went through it with them and they can't figure it out.
Well, the developer.
You sure you're on development or support?
Yeah, I've gone around with the developers myself, Joe, and they've told me some stuff like, "Oh, JavaScript works like this." I'm like, "No, dude, it does not." And they're like, "No, it absolutely does." No, I'm sorry, it doesn't. My 20 plus years of dev says no. Like, no, this is how you do it.
Come on, Charles, show me I'm wrong.
Hold on, I'm pulling up. Give me a second. I'm so proud of Haji. Have you guys seen that Haji's been going live?
Oh no, I haven't seen him. I'm.
He's been going live. He's been live streaming on LinkedIn. I'm so proud of him, getting out there and getting it.
Who's going live in LinkedIn?
Haji. Another high-level freak.
Yep.
Okay, calendars. Here we go. Edit.
Steve, I got the funnel figured out for the review card stuff.
Well, more than what you showed me today?
Yeah. I'll have to show you what it looks like now.
Here you go. One little checkbox.
Wait, where is it?
I know there's 2 checkboxes.
Oh, bam! Right there. Assign contacts to their respective calendar team members each time an appointment is booked. You need to have this checked.
Oh, that's easy. Yeah.
Nope, that doesn't work.
Okay. Well, I guess every one of my accounts that's running a sales team is telling me
used
wrong.
that, Joe, and it works.
It works. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I've gotten my brother gets notifications. I get notifications, so you can
Or round robin.
Yeah, and round
it
robin.
won't
yeah.
reassign the person that's assigned to it. If you uncheck that, yes, it will reassign it to the next person that comes up in the round robin. If that box is checked, it will not reassign that contact to another person.
Well, it won't reassign.
Unless,
it won't reassign, but it will still round robin.
no. Something's messed up either with your calendar and the workflow or something. Because I'm telling you, I've got one account that's got over 40 people on a round robin, and they don't have that problem. And if anybody's going to have that problem, they're going to have that problem.
So,
and they're educators, so they have to have it.
So every profile uses the same calendar, correct? That's what I heard you say at the beginning.
Yep.
So you assign, instead of them having their own calendar, their own individual calendar, there's one round robin calendar.
Yep.
Then you check that box, and I'm assuming in the workflow that
all that does is, so if they goof, okay, so the reason you want to set it in their profile is so that if they goof and they go to send a text message or an email and use the insert, if they go to user calendar link, if they don't have a dedicated calendar that's just them, which really they don't need to, they need to be using that team calendar. That if you set the team calendar to their default and you have staff selection on, because most of the time you're going to have staff selection on, because if they don't see a time slot available, you don't want them to just go bye-bye. You want them to find another time slot. But this way it defaults it to them no matter what. But they still have the option of selecting a staff member.
And I'm assuming in the workflow, you're assigning, let's say that lead comes in, it's a cold lead that comes in. I'm assuming the workflow
It round robins,
but does the workflow assign that lead at that point in time, or does the calendar?
As soon as well, it depends on where the lead comes from. If it comes in from a calendar, it's going to get assigned by the calendar. If it's coming in from any other source other than a calendar, it's going to get assigned in the new lead workflow. It's going to round robin there. All
right. So the calendar will assign.
Yeah. If there's nobody assigned.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Shit, that's why I come on these calls. I always learn something.
If somebody's already assigned to a contact and
they will get that appointment. Unless you have staff selection turned on and they're selecting another staff member, or you've got something screwy going on in the calendar itself or in a workflow somewhere. That's the only thing it could be, because I'm telling you, it works. Or there's a bug in your account, which then it'll have to get escalated. But the feature itself works exactly how it should.
So, hold on, let me do a screenshot.
All right, updates.
Yeah, more updates.
So they're doing the pre-post buffer.
That was like, meh.
Date specific hours, holidays.
Oh, nice.
If you want to open up days, if you want to close down days, you can have your regular schedule, not have to touch it. You know, your Sunday through Saturday, have your set hours, but then also have a date specific hour to the side of it to where you can put in specific days and times. So like for holidays, hey, we're only opening up half a day. Whatever is in that date specific overrides what is in your general availability for that calendar.
You know, so that's really, what would be really sexy is that it would update the GMB profile. So whatever calendar.
Oh, come on now.
That'd be awesome. Well, they're doing it. They're doing
actual sub account hours.
Right. So you will have they're changing it. Yeah, so you're going to have the my availability, which is already in there. You're going to have the weekly working hours, and then you're going to have those date specific hours to where you can mark yourself as unavailable for that day because it's a holiday or whatever. And that way you don't have to go into the calendar, block off stuff in the calendar, or modified. Try to remember to modify your calendar.
They
So-
need to, which brings me to another thing I thought about today is that, you know how I use Google Voice for business. There's a there's a switch that says do not disturb. That would be really, really cool for a user that probably is using the soft phone, right? The inbound soft phone,
Mhm.
either on the app or or on the desktop app, where they could set do not disturb. Or it looks at your calendar and says, hey, you're in an appointment, and automatically moves you to do not disturb, because that's what Google Voice will
So you could probably figure out a way to do that right now,
do. With
thanks
with
to
what?
IVR.
What?
Okay.
I bet you could figure out a way to do that with if else conditions and using the IVR. Bet you could.
If you're on a call, you mean a call? You mean a live call status?
Well, like if you're in an appointment,
True. Wow.
like you could set
Hey.
probably some crazy conditions in an if else to determine which route it takes in the IVR,
Mhm.
whether to ring you or go to voicemail. And
Hey.
now that IVR is in conversations.
So we
which
got the
Pat was
perfect
very
guy on
happy
this
to
call
hear.
tonight that makes these mega workflows. I'd like
What,
to introduce
Joe?
Joe Tran.
Oh,
Yeah,
gosh.
Joe Tran, the master of the mega workflow.
Let's.
No.
Oh yeah, dude.
Calendar widget customization
Oh, nice.
is coming. So coloring, no more CSS needed for coloring. The buttons and
is
the
that- is
date
that getting-
things.
Is that getting dropped like in like soon?
This is all December.
Ooh,
This is all
Christmas.
coming
Christmas.
December.
What about text editor? I mean, I hate it when you have a text box and you can't have multiple fonts or different size font. Everything's the same.
You talking about like in notes?
What are
You
you
know,
talking
like
about?
in Page Builder.
Oh, we were talking calendars.
You know,
Yeah, we're going through updates. Stuff that's coming out in December. But yeah, so it'll be in the calendar customization section. You'll be able to pick your primary color, your background color. You'll be able to change the button text. That's been a big hot topic for a lot of people. You'll be able to hide or show the calendar title, hide or show the calendar description, hide or show the calendar details.
I do a lot of that with CSS now. Because there's a
That
lot of
is gonna go
extraneous
away.
junk in the calendar.
Which brings
Mhm.
me to the
Really
next
don't
Basically,
thing.
everything on the left side of the calendar, you're going to be able to turn off.
Oh,
And
nice.
everything on the right side, you're going to be able to colorize and change the name of the final submit button or schedule or whatever.
Man, I did a tutorial on all that stuff.
Yep.
Like
So
I
that's
said,
all coming.
stop putting that crap out there, because you're at the end of the day, it's your workflows, your snapshots, and your hacks are all
I know,
Here
going
was
to be.
one that I was
I feel like
really
Sean
excited about.
is on my YouTube.
And what's that?
I feel
What's
like,
that?
What's that?
Chow has-
User versus location time zone.
Oh, that was big. They
So-
just dropped that, right?
No, it's not dropped yet. It's coming in December. So what this is
that's important.
is so like it is super important because it's a pain in the ass. Like I have an educational company that is global. The problem is they schedule an appointment. Someone in the UK, the company is based in Canada. One of their teachers is in the UK, for example. He gets an appointment booked in HighLevel. It shows it on the calendar in the Canadian time zone. To the UK guy, he sees it in Canadian time zone, which is not his time zone as a UK user. Now he can see it on his Google Calendar in the correct. I mean, everything still fires the way it should. It's just they can't use the calendar UI because it's not their freaking time zone. It doesn't mean anything to them. They're still tied to their Google Calendar. So that is coming to where it's going to base it off of where the user is. So that way, if that user's time zone is set to UK, when he looks at the calendar, it's in UK time. when home office in Canada looks at it, it's in their time.
And if
And that-
and
And
let's
that
say
is a godsend.
and let's say someone's booking out of India, it's when they're doing their booking,
It'll show
they're
their
showing
local time. Yeah.
and
Whatever
the
it
booking.
pings their local area to be. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's good. That's cool.
That's already here. It's just
Yeah.
the problem is because I had this educational company bitching and moaning about it because they're like, hey, we've got all these teachers all over the globe. We're based in Canada. They're seeing everything in Canada. Like they can't even use a freaking calendar. And of course, I jumped on a VPN because I was like, honestly, I hadn't even really thought about it. And jumped on my VPN, went in. I'm like, I'll be damned. Yeah, I could see where that could be a bit of a pain in the ass. I'm like, sorry, they're going to have to use their Google Calendar for now. I'll get a hold of the developers and let them know that we need to make that change. Next up was the town hall meeting where they said that. I was like, oh, thank God. So, collective booking, team member selection. So in the collective booking, you'll be able to pick the team members that you want to have instead of having preset team members, because that's how it is right now. You have to pick, like if Pat and I wanted, say the 5 of us needed a team calendar, we'd have to put all 5 of us on, and all of us would have to be available for every single meeting. Going forward, you can put all 5 people on there, and then Joe Blow could say, okay, I want to meet with Charles and Steven, or Charles and Pat, or Jay and Joe, or whoever. So that'll be a huge improvement for the collective booking. Class booking, add guests on the class booking, collect payments for guests as well as the primary. Zoom and Google Meet integration come into class booking as well. Right now, you have to hard code your URL in there. And then service menu enhancements, CSS customization, and custom form for service calendar. Because right now, you can only use the default form, and they're going to allow you to use custom.
Very nice.
So that is what's coming to that.
Okay, so that was the calendar town hall. What was the other town hall about?
The workflows. So copy contacts. There's an update coming to it to where you can add tags. So you will be able to toggle whether you want to copy the tags,
Or
copy
adds-
custom fields, update contact if it already exists, because right now it'll see it exists and it won't do anything. It basically says, nope, not doing it. It comes back. And then you'll be able to, in that action, you'll be able to set tags that you want it to put onto that contact once it's copied. So some pretty good improvements for
that's good enhancement.
good use cases, for sure.
What is the
So-
use case? What's a use case of moving?
Well, so like I've got an independent business development rep.
Mhm.
So he does a lot of networking and he's involved with a few different things, but he mostly works for this lab company. So in his CRM, he's got a whole, like all these tags and everything that's related to him, mostly doing networking, building relationships, and like building all these connections that aren't necessarily related to the lab. But he says, okay, if I tag them as this, I want to go into this workflow because it's going to copy that contact into this account. And because it's going into that account, I want to tag it with these certain parameters because I want this to happen over there. Because like he has access to 5 different accounts in my agency. He's an admin in all of them.
Got it.
Because he does work for all of them, but they're all different businesses. So
Got it.
he's built workflows based on that contact coming over or tags being added to a new contact, but he had no way of firing it by copying the contact. He would have to copy the contact, which is great. It would do a lot of the work, but then he still had to go into the other account and add the tag manually.
Okay.
So now he can just do even more on the automation side. Basically, it's like, okay, now when we push it over, what do we want the other system to start automating now that it's over there? So, and being able to add tags was a big part of that. If else improvements. duplicate a branch.
Oh, that's nice.
Thank God.
Yeah, when you got a lot of conditions and then you got to go back.
Jeez,
like,
it's
my
so
God.
much
Yeah.
a pain in the rear. So duplicate a branch, reorder branches.
Oh, nice.
So you can just move them around. You don't have to delete them and rebuild them. And finally, rename the none branch. I don't know why they did that, but I wish they would have left it like it was before, which they're going to now. But yeah. Split action. A/B testing for workflows.
Oh,
What?
Yep.
Oh,
nice.
Yep. A/B testing for workflows. So each contact entering the split action will be equally distributed across the pass. You can split indefinitely based on current date, based on the number of contacts split, based on the number of contacts completed the goal.
Okay, the idea
So-
of split testing for me would be all marketing related, and that would be emails or
Yeah.
SMSs and testing
Mhm.
subject lines, testing copy. Different, because I thought about that. Like,
So
well,
that's where goal events come in. So if you set up your goal events, you
Mhm.
could have basically you can have your goal events determine your winner, which is going to determine where more contacts end up going. So as
So-
you have more people, if they're going through here and they're completing, like they're clicking a link, well, obviously that freaking email is working because they're clicking a link. Nobody on this branch is clicking a link.
Mhm.
So as they hit that goal, it's saying, okay, based on the number of contacts that have completed the goal, we want to start splitting more and more over to that side because obviously that's the winning side because nobody's hitting the goal on the other side.
So they have to do an update on the goal set goal action where if that split and that wins out, start driving all that traffic, all that traffic into the workflow down the winning side without you having to go do an edit on the workflow. You following me? Because right now,
No.
right? Well, because right now, if you do a split test on landing on funnels, right,
Mhm.
and when it reaches the goal, that traffic, once it hits that traffic, once it's determined that this is the winner, no more traffic is going to that.
That's what it's going to do. You're not
Okay.
going to have to change anything. It's automatic. If you select based on the number of contacts completed the goal, it's going to automatically start putting more people down there. You don't have to do anything once you originally set it up.
Cool.
So that's pretty big. Wasn't expecting that for sure. Let's see what else. Conditional split based on current date, based on number of contacts sent to path A, based on number of contacts completed the goal. So that's where the goal completion would come in. You would do a conditional split. So send a coupon. You could also use this based on the number of contacts sent to path A. Coupon for the first 100 people.
Nice.
So you could say, hey, I want 100 people to go down to path A. They're going to get the coupon. Everybody else after that goes this way. They don't get the coupon.
We still need coupons for subscriptions.
I know. I was talking to someone about that today.
We need it.
Yep. So nested folders is also coming. One of the most requested features in workflows.
Nice.
So yep, right now you can only have the one folder level. You'll be able to have nested folders come next month. Delete contact is coming to workflows. Thank God.
Ooh, nice.
Really great for those junk, those ones you tag as junk to get them taken out of everything and marked D&D. Well, now you can actually delete the freaking contact too. So all automatically.
So all the spam that's coming in, it's
Correct.
automatic.
Yep. Tag it as junk and then you could have it, do whatever you want. Yep. So delete contact is coming. That was another highly requested feature.
Are we finding that people who are setting up IVRs is kind of blocking
less
some
junk
of
is getting through.
less,
sure.
yeah.
Yep. Marketplace trigger actions updates. So delete action trigger, custom values, hidden fields, default value. I didn't really pay much attention to that part because the marketplace to me isn't ready for launch.
Yeah,
and that was it. That was it for
workflows.
Has
there been any talk? I mean, because we have a lot of third-party providers out there. I was looking at Pro Tools Black Friday deal that he has on his CSS editor to, tweak the UX. And so instead of mainly doing all the CSS, and I'm like, why isn't something like this already in the system so we can literally, do a
that
little
is
bit.
not. I hope to God you didn't buy it for that.
No, I didn't buy it.
Okay.
No, I didn't buy it.
I was going to say you can get the same damn thing for free out of the Chrome store. Like there's no value to that whatsoever. It is a bunch of manual CSS changes. That's all it is.
Pro Tools?
Yeah, that's HL Pro Tools customizer. It is not.
Oh God, I've seen so many people rave. Oh God, get that! Like, you know what? Just a little bit of CSS.
Now,
it's
the marketer's toolkit. That's a different story. That is an actual UI UX that is built out for customizing, like adding buttons and everything else.
His isn't that?
No, it's a damn Chrome extension.
He's selling it for $500.
Well, yeah, that's Pro Tools for you. Yeah, it's a Chrome extension that says, hey, what do you want to change this to? And you sit there and pick your color, and then you copy the code. You click a button in the thing, copy the code, and then you paste it into your agency, which, by the way, you can do with the, what's the extension I use? Visual CSS editor. It's a free Chrome extension. You do the same damn thing. Make all the changes you want, then click export code, and it'll give you the JavaScript or CSS, whatever it is that you generated, and you copy and paste it into your agency, and you're done.
I don't know. I was watching a demo video. It didn't look like he was clicking on a Chrome extension. It looked like he was clicking on something inside the UX.
Only thing I've ever seen from him, and based off of everything that I saw come up in comments to that particular offer, was that nobody fucking understood why anybody would pay $500 for a Chrome extension. That's the only thing I've ever seen him come out with. The only person that I've seen come out with anything different is what's his name from the Marketer's Toolkit?
Bristol.
Yeah, that's the only person that I know that actually has a true, like, if you don't know coding, you could actually customize.
There's the Black Friday deal.
That's Matt Tisano.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I use the Marketer's Toolkit for buttons and like.
Well, he's saying he says you can change your buttons. You can put lock features. Like if you could give everybody in, like they go click on it, says you need to upgrade kind of thing, which I thought was kind of cool.
Maybe he updated it.
I think he did.
But I know for a long time he was giving away this Chrome extension that he had as his, and it wasn't anything.
No, it's not a Chrome extension. I really think it's a UX that you probably drop some JavaScript code into your agency and it drops it on. Because if you look at the demo video, it has a pop-up screen like Marketplace locked. So I don't think it's a.
Maybe it's not. Maybe you changed it out.
Yeah, because you can change the button icons. You can change the language. You can change the loading icons. Yeah. And I'm going like, I could see HighLevel producing something like that. That's not too.
Nah.
All right.
I see them maybe doing like some base themes, like pick theme 1, 2, or 3. But
yeah,
It's not going to be.
Because I don't care for the new colors in the dashboard. I do like the customization of the dashboard, though.
That should be out. Oh, so that was another thing I got an email about. So the end users should be able to, at least the admins. I'm still trying to confirm if it's going to be account admins only or account admins and users based on who's logged in. Dashboard customization should be out this week for the account level, not just the agency level.
Oh, wait a minute. So dashboards right now, dashboards is only
editable by the agency. It's not editable by the account.
Which leads me to a snapshot. So let's say you build a dashboard that focuses on calls, right? Call metrics and appointment metrics, kind of like what you did. And you build a snapshot with that dashboard. Does that dashboard is that the dashboard?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
It's not part of the snapshot.
No, not yet. But I would assume that is coming based off of other things that have been talked about with snapshots and the dashboard itself. I would assume that's going to come at some point.
Okay.
So, but email I got yesterday was that the account level should be editable this week.
So when they log in as a admin of that account, they will be presented with
that's the part I'm not sure. I know admins will be able to do it. I don't know if account users will be able to edit their view. It may only be account admins, which honestly makes sense. I don't know that the users need to sit there screwing with the dashboard. As long as it doesn't but even then, even if it doesn't affect the main dashboard within that account, I still don't think they should. Because the admin...
I think an admin should create a dashboard for
their business.
For their business, for a salesperson, right?
Yep.
And then that salesperson's data should be the only thing that they see.
Right.
Whether it's their opportunities, their calls, their task, that's it.
I can see where they could have, like, here's an ad at the account side. You can create and save an admin dashboard, and you can create and save a user dashboard, because there's very much a use case for admins or managers needing a different dashboard than what it may be the same, but it may be laid out different, or there may be additional content on the managers that really isn't relevant to the salesperson, whoever, or the appointment setter or whatever. So I can see that coming down the road, but
I've always thought it's been redundant is the funnel widget and the pie widget. What's your take on the use of the pie? Just wins, losses?
So I always explain the pie as an easy way to be able to look and see what part of your funnel is broken. What part of your sales process is broken. Now, it's not as big of a deal anymore, but in the old dashboard, that was really the only thing that you could look at and see what part. Now, the way that they're doing it now, you can look at the bar graph and actually tell. Before, you couldn't. You look at the bar graph and like, okay, I get it. I've got this, but like, what part of my process is breaking down? Okay, do you have a bigger part of the pie that's in a bad spot? Like appointment no-show? Okay, then you have a problem with your appointment, either two places, either your appointment setter or your appointment confirmations. If you're sending out confirmations, you got a problem with your appointment setter. That's the only way you're going to have a bunch of no-shows, is you get an appointment setter that's setting a bunch of bullshit appointments. So that's where I told people to look at the pie chart. It was an easy way for you to tell what was wrong or what was right. I mean, depending on what it looked like.
So I thought it was very, very redundant data.
It's very normal to have both of those in a CRM, in a dashboard. I typically have both. But the good news is, with the customizable, you can get rid of one. Or get rid of both of them. Who cares? Have whatever you want on there. And then eventually, first quarter, they'll be rolling out custom data points where you'll be able to build your own kind of widget.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Charles, did they mention anything about Messenger?
What part of Messenger?
Facebook Messenger integration.
It's already integrated.
More like a flow
app
builder, kind of like
platform.
ManyChat.
Like manage.
What did you say,
Charles
Pat?
doesn't
I'm sorry.
Yeah, ManyChat, like a flow like ManyChat.
Well, this different. Like when you're running
What?
Messenger, before you have a 24-hour rule
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
you have to respond within that. Now there's an option for subscription,
Yeah, like
so that
one-time
you can.
notifications. And here, I'll show you what.
Oh.
Yeah, Charles, this is what a ManyChat flow looks like.
Yeah, I know. I've used ManyChat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You can do all that shit in HighLevel.
not with buttons and images and things like that. The way
Yeah.
no, you can't like call buttons and stuff. Nope.
I know.
Well, it's kind of critical. It's made us an absolute truckload of money.
You don't think you'd have the same results if you just message the people?
No, if I message somebody here, call this number, it doesn't make it clickable or anything. You got to have a click to call button, and you got to be able to, like, little, images and things like that.
Why don't you just say, "Hey, what's your phone number?" Awesome.
Because
do you care if I call you? No,
this
go right
is
ahead and then call them.
No, we're sending people to a call center. These were these are messenger ads where people are coming in on Medicare ads, and we run them through a little. That was the quiz, and we say, "Congrats, you're qualified. Click the call now to connect with one."
But couldn't you do a forced call to the call center?
Nope, not compliant. Not for Medicare.
If they said yes, call me.
No outbounds. Yep.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Well, technically, it wouldn't show as an outbound. It would actually show as an inbound because the LC phone is calling into the call center, and they have to press a button to connect to the person.
Well, no,
so technically, it's not an outbound call.
If they have to click a button to connect, because we're going like it's coming into our call center software.
I'm just screwing
and
with
it's
you,
going
Pat.
out to up to 20 different, like it's pinging 20 different buyers, and whoever software answers first is the winner.
Oh yeah, I know.
So,
yeah. No, I get it.
No,
that would work the same way. You would just call them. You would have the forced call the main trunk number, and then the trunk would do whatever the hell it is programmed to do. But then whoever did get that call would have to press a button to then start dialing the customer.
Then we lose a lot of money, and we get our ass kicked.
But it wouldn't be an outbound call.
Yeah, still but then they call that like a warm. It's like cold or warm I think it's cold transfer is what they call it. So no cold transfers either.
It's not a cold transfer.
Yeah, it is.
So Joe, what's your case use that you would like to see inside of HighLevel? What you're just talking about
with Messenger?
It extends the 24-hour rule and also having the buttons function like.
Is the 24-hour rule still valid in ManyChat? You can't go over the 24 hours.
That's Facebook.
But you can get a
format. So
they allow you to,
but not on the API side. Like that's. I don't think Facebook is going to open that up.
In order to be able to contact somebody outside 24 hours, what ManyChat does is that you can use OTNs or NTNs. So OTN is a one-time notification, like saying, yes, please notify me at a later date. They actually click a button to subscribe to it.
Yeah.
And then NTNs is like, I want you to be able to message me once a day or something. And then Messenger also has 4 tags that you can use for contacting somebody outside the 24 hours, which would be like customer care, shipping notifications, stuff like that, account related type stuff. So you have to be very careful with how you do it, because if you use the tags and then Facebook sees that message going out and their AI is just as good as everybody else's, that, you're trying to use it for spamming people, then you'll get your pages, unpublished and all kinds of stuff. So,
Yeah.
but
Is it
there
on the
are
ideas
all
board?
those things are available in ManyChat Messenger API, and HighLevel's not leveraging any of it.
Is it on the ideas board?
I don't know.
Supposed to be. I talked to Varun and they said they were supposed to have it out at Level Up, but they didn't.
Well, if it's on the ideas board, share a link with me and I'll vote it.
I don't think so.
yeah,
I think it's internal development. And they're also doing an ad platform. They're going to try to create a ad center so where you can run your own ads from Facebook.
so they're going to go ahead to UpX and
Yeah,
UpX
probably, yeah.
UpX is going to love them.
They can have all that they want. I don't want nothing to do with freaking ads.
Yeah.
So
Yellow
UpX,
Mountain Business Solutions. Who is that logging on? Hello. We got somebody new.
and this one, no.
Who is it? Turn on your camera.
It's Yellow Mountain.
Yeah. Nobody?
Hello,
Nobody?
Yellow Mountain.
Can't hear you, dude. So what other goodies are coming, Charles?
That's all I know so far. They've canceled or rescheduled 2 town halls since then.
When do they have the town halls? I'm gonna have to start showing up on them, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like we've got one more week of this Medicare stuff, and then it's over for December. So it's gonna be like almost no work for December. It's gonna be like almost having December off, but not quite. So I got plenty of time to do my own good stuff and launch things. So when are the town halls?
Good. Well, they're always changing, so I wish I could tell you.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, they've had 2 on the calendar, then they were gone. They keep moving the ball, so I don't know.
Oh, okay. They ought to do it like a standard office hours, like we did,
Well, they
have
used to do
last
the regular town hall, and now they're not doing that anymore.
Gotcha.
They would do the monthly where all the departments would come in and do their presentation in the one monthly town hall, and now they're not doing that. They're doing all individual departments have their own town hall.
Keeps it tighter.
It does. And you're able to get a lot. They're still doing an hour for each one, so you're able to get into a lot more with that department. So I think it's actually, I think it's a lot better in a lot of ways.
I like what Chase has been doing with the radars. He's been doing interviews with heads with radars and on features that are probably released or just about to be released. They still have not gotten the social posting. They were talking that they were going to get that thing released in August. Still not out of beta. And
the reviews social posting.
Yeah, so basically take the review and turn it into a social post and put it on Facebook. I mean, it's in beta. It doesn't work. You can play around with it, but it never. I went into the beta account and tried to, for one of my clients to submit, and it never submitted. So I guess they're still having some issues there. Except I think this whole standalone product, I think the social planner is pretty close to being a, like you said, a foot in the door type of product out of the platform.
Yep.
I just like to see. Go ahead, Joe.
One of the things that bugged the living shit out of me is when you do an image picker, and sometimes you can pull it from the gallery, and sometimes you have to upload the image. That's like, they're so inconsistent on that.
Upload the image.
Charles, have you heard anything about that? That you can pull image from the gallery Sometimes you have to upload. Well, a lot of it's random. Sometimes you have to upload.
I mean, I think most of the places you're able to grab from the media library.
No,
The few places
like in the workflow. No. Like when you're doing SMS or email.
Oh, yeah. So you upload your image and it will, if it's small enough, it won't go into the media library. If it is a large file, it will automatically put it into the media library, attaching a smaller version to the actual text message. Same thing with a video. It will attach an animated GIF. That's all done automatically now.
It would be good if you can select it from the media file. Or right now you have to upload. That's not an option.
Yeah, but I think for the use case, more people that are into heavy media messaging would rather have it the way it is. Because if they can attach a native image, they want to know that it's a native image attached into it. It's not going to be like some wacky, like click here to view the actual image. But they can understand if they upload too big of an image or video, it doing that. That's what they expect. Any platform's going to do that. I think for the most use cases, you're going to find that the way they have it set up now to where it's like if it's over 20 megabytes, it automatically clips it and puts it into the media library. But if it's under, I do want it to attach. And the only way to know that it's doing that is to not have it go to the media library in the beginning. Because otherwise you don't know if it's actually attaching the image or attaching a link. You have no way of knowing because you're just double clicking from the media library and saying, yep, it's there. I don't know if it's the actual image or if it's a linked something.
Most of the time it should be the image, not the link. I haven't double click on the media library, it'd be a link instead of an image. Not in any case. It's just minor, no big deal, but minor inconvenience.
Well, I think that's about it. It's quiet.
I'm trying to find out who this YMBS
Charles,
is.
Your library of high-level function. I'm very impressed about you spewing out all the technical features.
Why do you think we show up on these things on Tuesday night, Joe?
I'm just a geek. Yeah. That's all.
Yeah.
Why do you think I show up on these things?
I'm a front end geek. Pat's the back end geek. He's the programming, developing, like coding.
I don't know how I'm supposed to take that.
I don't care about all that. And I'm in the middle. The UI UX side.
And I'm in the middle of these two.
Pat's the back end geek. Can I quote that? Charles, the front end geek, and Pat's the back end geek.
Yeah.
That would be an interesting quote within the high level room.
Yeah.
Keep me out of your high level gibberish, Joe Tran.
Stuff you're into with your possums and your back end.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't throw me into one of your crazy possum metaphors.
Yeah.
The raccoon was all over the place tonight. It's like I opened the door, 4 of them run in. Like,
Joe, where do you live?
I have raccoons and opossum and back. They come visit every night. So.
Are you do you live in the South?
In Texas.
Yeah, that's what I'm going. That sounds like it's a Texas thing. Do you live in the Triangle? Where do you live?
In Houston.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that the Triangle? I never heard.
No, Houston is Austin, Dallas, Denton. That's the Triangle. No, excuse me, Fort Worth, Dallas, Denton is the Triangle.
Yeah, that's
the Triangle.
Well, guys, nice. I appreciate Charles for all your insight. And Pat, it's almost over. But I think it's like Christmas for you guys right now.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was like all the new features. There were lots of things like like with the snapshot, like the easy win snapshot. I gotta do a lot of updating and stuff like that with all the brand new features. I gotta add stuff and
delete stuff.
Change things like that. So, but yeah.
So Joe, have you built yourself an IVR for a client yet?
No.
Oh
No,
man.
I want to. I'm putting in Hot Prospector in for clients, for call centers and stuff like that. Which is
is Hot Prospector your product that
No.
that you built? Or
no, it's
Mark's
Mark
Hamilton. Yeah, Mark Hamilton's product.
Gotcha. Interesting. So what's Hot Prospector do?
Oh,
That's what I'm wondering. I'm like, okay, well,
I haven't messed with it at all.
It's my my power dialer.
Yeah.
He's taken it to a higher level than what I've done.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which someday I'll have to show you guys my piece of software I built.
Yeah.
I know you've seen it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So
very cool.
But
well, today I worked on my review card funnel, and I finally, aside from the graphics, which I've offloaded to Kemp.io, I've got it done. So, man.
Yeah, I'm doing a lot of AI conversation bot.
No, we didn't get into that.
You setting up booking bots, or like how are you setting them up? Are you using native HighLevel, or are you writing your own third party?
HighLevel native is like kindergarten.
That's what I told Steve the other day. Like HighLevel GPT is kind of like a toddler with a handgun. So.
Oh, correct. No, we're using Capri, and then we have a middleware in the back between Capri and HighLevel.
Very nice.
What's the middleware?
My team does, and I have no idea. So it's a whole bunch of different things.
Capri does a good job. I mean, because my biggest complaint right now with conversation, and I was telling Pat yesterday, is that I think it's good for FAQs. I don't like it for a booking bot. And I really, 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 really want to be able to set a persona to it.
Yeah, we have all of that. So ours is
well, Capri gives you the ability to have to give your persona in a prompt, right?
Yeah, ours is like it's very technical in that it's trained. We test a lot of scenarios, a lot of different questions, so it doesn't go off track or anything.
I feel. Go ahead.
We're working on a real estate AI. We already have mortgage and real estate, but when we're running real estate conversation bot, the problem we're getting into is if we're showing an ad, they go, "Oh, I like that property. Do you have any more?" Similar to that.
It doesn't know which one it's talking about.
Yeah. So we're pulling IDX data and then pushing it back now. So we're working on that. So we have the IDX for websites and all that. So
yeah,
that's going to be
that's a lot of data.
That is a lot of that's a lot.
That is a lot of data.
A ton of data.
That's a lot for it to compute and try to figure out. And
Charles, this would be cool, because since you're in the automotive section, like the car dealers, they put all the cars on Marketplace. So when somebody messages about a car, you're like, "Is this available?" The data comes through the message, like when somebody says, "Is this still available?" or whatever, it comes through with the VIN and all the other junk that they've got. Now, having AI be able to parse that message and then hit their inventory and go, "Yeah, it's still available. What do you want to know?"
Totally not needed. No auto dealer worth their salt is going to give two flying flicks about that. Sure is. What time can you be here? We just have any auto dealer wants you to ever say, "Yep, it's here." You get there. Where is it? You know what? It just sold. But I tell you what, I got this vehicle over here.
True.
Yeah.
Telling you, they
Yeah.
can give a shit less if it's available or not. They just want the appointment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you're building really complex bots.
Let's get down to real sales, boys. Come on.
Yeah.
Like, you know, none of this.
So Joe, you're building real complex bots for the real estate and mortgage space, which is about ready to blow up. Literally blow up.
Well, it's right in time when everything's about to blow up. You know, it's kind of like that marine commercial when there's everything blowing up and everybody running away.
Yeah.
I'm running towards it. So. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think when it all shakes out, I think half the 1.4 million real estate agents, when it's all said and done, will be back down to 500,000.
You know what?
Well,
You know what the
because
smartest thing to do though is ignore all the big real estate companies and brokerages. Focus on the small ones because they're the ones that no matter what happens in the market, they will keep good morals and they will keep a reputation and they will sustain through whatever happens and they will come out on the other side as the winner. Every freaking time. Happened in automotive. When automotive crashed, when nobody could get a freaking vehicle, all these dealers marking up vehicles 10, 20, 30 grand. Sure, people were buying vehicles. They were making sick money. Guess who's making money now?
Small ones.
The small dealerships that said, you know what? It's not your problem. It's not your fault. We have no control over it. You have no control over it. We're going to sell it to you at sticker. We're going to be as fair as we can. We're going to treat you with respect like we always have because we're your hometown dealer. And they consumed so much market share during that whole transition. It was crazy. Same thing's happening. I see it happening in real estate already.
Oh yeah.
Where these smaller hometown real estate offices are gobbling up market share right now because all the big boys want to annihilate.
Yeah, and the EXP is like the individual guys. They're building like a multi-level.
Oh yeah, they got an affiliate type thing going on.
Yep.
They got that thing going on. So it's individual. So they're building their network.
Yep.
Cool. All right, well, gents, it's 8:30. Had an hour and a half.